Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Hayashi. This is Koyo single grain Japanese whiskey, coming in at a 43% ABV. Now, for full disclosure, this bottle was sent over for us to take a look at and to review, so just keeping that transparency open. When it comes to Hayashi, they're actually based out of Okinawa, Japan, where they're distilling, aging, and bottling all their own whiskey from the ground up. This is Koyo, which is their introduction to the lineup and tends to be one that can also be set neat or as a highball option. When it comes to that single grain portion, they're actually using 100% indica rice and adding black koji to it, which is actually the same fermentation process that is used for things like sake and sochu, which I've had a little bit of experience with. On top of that, this is non-chill filtered and there's no color added, being aged in ex-bourbon barrels. So with all that great information, let's go ahead and jump into the whiskey itself. As always, we're going to be trying it two different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add just a drop of water, see if anything changes up. I do love the detail to the label even. I'm always a big fan of marketing. It's part of a bottle. I love the shape to it, but the little phrase on here make it feel like it's torn off of parchment. Really cool looking. Just see little featherings going on here. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some of the other reviews from Hayashi I'll be doing, those links will be up above and down below, along with a link to their website where you can actually purchase and have it shipped to you if it's available in your area. Now, though we touched upon it, we have to remember that this is not going to be your typical whiskey if you're used to bourbons or scotches, things like that. Being that they're using 100% rice, it's going to come across with a different profile than what many are used to. So we're going to go in with an open mind and really just enjoy the spirit for what it really wants to bring across. To be honest, beautiful light color. Reminds me of a dark scotch. Got a nice light golden color going on. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Oh, beautifully soft, sweet. It's got some very light, almost tangerine or nectarine, very light citrus kind of sweetness going on here. A bit of sandalwood or cedar notes going on. It's a very soft oak note, I'll say that much. But honestly, it kind of gives me vibes of botanical notes. It's got almost this gin-like quality on the nose. And I'm a big gin fan, so I love that. Almost like if it was finished in a gin barrel. Nice spiciness in there, even though there's no rye spice. You're getting this kind of floral and spiciness to things. You do get a bit of earthiness in here, and almost a light bruleed caramel effect going on. But overall, no ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. Just beautifully soft and sweet. Citrus notes, that floral showing up, and that light, almost sandalwood cedar quality in there. Let's go for a taste. Starting right off, you're getting a lot of earthiness right up front with that cedar note, that light sandalwood. And then it opens up to being a little more fruity floral going with it. Kind of reminds me of like a Japanese plum. If you've ever had any Japanese plum wine or like a sochu that's been soaking with the Japanese plums, kind of gives me that vibe. Not quite as tart, but a little more orchard sweet going on. And then as I'm letting it sit here, it kind of gives me vibes of like a freshly baked sourdough brulee bun, where it's just got these beautiful cracks in it because it's got this kind of earthy, yeasty note going in with it. And I'm going to assume that's probably from the black koji itself. And then it kind of has this light bit of charry, smoky wisp at the end, and just kind of leaves you with just a little bit of sweetness and that little bit of charriness in the finish. Let's go for another sip. Yeah, right up front, you're getting even more now of that sourdough bread, and I got a big old swipe of homemade butter across it because it's got a kind of a buttery factor going in here. You're getting earthiness, and then it opens up a bit more, showing off those fruit citrus notes. And again, for me, I'm almost getting like a Japanese plum note going on in there. A little bit of charriness, a little bit of caramel and vanilla showing up in here. and then just a light bit of charriness from that cask itself, because I am getting that bit of cedar sandalwood note at the very finish as well. I mean, that's a very approachable rice whiskey. And again, for doing it themselves, aging it, bottling it, everything like that, I love that kind of transparency, that they're proud of their spirit. And they should be proud of this, because that is a great, easy sipper. And I can see where this would do very well as a highball. Alrighty. Add a little drop of water, see if anything changes up. I'm interested because we got a lot of the botanical notes on the nose. I wasn't really getting quite much of that on the taste. Maybe that little bit of water will wake that up. We'll find out. I even put the details for their symbol on the top of the cork as well. Love it. Alrighty, we got that water mixed in here, so let's go for notes. Actually, it brings out more of that gin botanical nose. Sweet, not quite as, you don't get quite as much of the cedar sandalwood notes. A little bit more sweet and a little more orchard-like on the nose. A little bit of caramel, but overall, that's a beautiful nose as well. Here it goes a little more complex and a little heavier in those notes. A little more cohesive overall. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a little deeper oakiness over here now. Here, this is very soft, friendly, floral, and sweet. Let's go for a taste. Honestly, very similar on the taste. Maybe a little bit more of the earthy and the sourdough notes going on in here. But you get a bit more charriness from the cask as well, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that factor to show up. But it's still got all your sweeter fruit notes and a lot of earthiness going on in there. Let's go back to the neat version. Honestly, that neat version's beautiful. It's a little more cohesive overall, and the sweet factors are really showing up. You're still getting a lot of that sourdough and the floral notes, that bit of the Japanese plum in there as well, and that light bit of charriness with that cedar in there. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. Honestly, it holds up pretty well with a drop of water. Personally, I really like that neat. It's really good. So, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. So you can actually order this directly from their website for $59.99, so $60 if they can ship to you. Looking around online, I can see this go as low as like mid-50s to usually mid-60s, low 70s. And to be honest, in that $60-ish price range, I don't think that's a bad asking point. Overall, you have a Japanese distillery that's distilling, aging, bottling it themselves. No chill filtration. They're doing no color added. And this isn't just some kind of sourcing and slapping on a label project. There's love and so much culture put into this bottle that we don't see a lot of coming out of that area. So I gotta give that high props because of that transparency. They are proud of what they're offering and they want to tell you that story. So for me personally, if you're kind of bored of your common bourbons or scotches and you're willing to go into a rice whiskey with an open mindset, it's going to be one that you can kind of sit down with and kind of ease your way into some of the higher end rice whiskeys out there. And again, if you're interested in learning more about Hayashi or picking yourself up a bottle, a link to their website will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Hayashi Koyo, single grain Japanese whiskey. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might